What's up? What's up? What's the word, y'all? It's your girl, She's Perfection, and I'm here with my main man, Mayan. Mayan, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? We back again. Episode number
15.
I always expect you to remember because I don't be remembering
15.
nothing.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
gotta show up here every week. So I'm counting. I'm keeping count of each week, each and every week, because whether if I want to show up or not, I gotta be here, right?
right.
So how was your week, Mayan?
Man, if I tell y'all, it's been a difficult week. It's been a hard week for me.
Mm.
It's been so hard. And today, I thought your boy wasn't gonna make it. I know how I made it, y'all, but I made it.
Yeah.
We're here. It's been so difficult, but like I say, that's what we got this. Stay positive, enjoy life,
Yeah.
and keep it pushing and keep it positive. We're gonna keep the show on the road, but it's been a tough one. But I'm here.
Yeah.
How about you?
Despite that, Mayan is looking really, really good today, right, ladies?
Mhm.
Like Mayan looking good. I'm loving the hat. I'm loving
Stop
the
playing.
gear. I always love Mayan's gear, so y'all make sure y'all go and support him.
Thank you.
My week.
Mm-hmm.
My week started out amazing, surprisingly. It was a pretty good week, nice and calm and easy, you know. Um, I pushed through. Just yesterday, things happen, of course. Things can never just be good all the time.
Right.
But I thought I wasn't gonna make it today either. Okay. I guess we was on the same energy. I thought I wasn't
Right.
gonna make it today. I have a lot of issues, and then the weather here has been really, really crazy.
My God,
It's
talk
been
about it.
raining nonstop. So
Thunderstorms, everything.
right. So that probably had a lot to do with my mood and a lot of people's mood too. When it rains, it pours, and it seems like that's what happens in life as well. So,
Right.
But
Right.
I'm here. Still gotta show up. Still gotta do my job. I'm here, but I'm cool.
And there's I know I always talk about it on every episode, but it be like that. You can't when you get good times going, positive time going, or whatever it is, and everything is going good. Don't let it get to your head.
Right.
Just understand that it's not going to be going on forever. The good times don't last forever, and the bad times don't last forever.
Exactly.
That's why, like I said on the last episode, you want to keep it on the level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because whatever we're feeling like, it's not going to last forever. But we're here because you got to show up for your kids. You got to show up to the job, and you just got to. That's just how it is, man.
I agree. I thought about it. I'm like, well, what if I tell the boys that I don't want to do it today? I don't want to do it today. But then I had, I had people in my mind like, just keep going, keep going. You're doing a good job and stay consistent, and I'm proud of you. So, I do this for us, and I do this for y'all. So I gotta show up for my people.
And for me too, it's like therapy for me.
Yeah.
Cause some of the stuff we talk about here, I really do be wanting to talk about it, but I can't just blurt out and talk about it. So we be talking to y'all, the calls, and we really just be, just letting it out, getting it off our chest, right?
We be vibing. We just be vibing. I feel relaxed. I feel great, despite the hiccups. But, I feel great. And we're going to give y'all a great show today. Because we got some good stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been a crazy week in the media. It's been a crazy week in, people's lives or whatever. But we got some hot topics, and we think y'all might want to just chime in on these. You know what I mean?
And what's the phone number again?
The phone number is 469-796-6719. So if you want to call in and get something off your chest, or even if you want to call in and chime in on what we're talking about, please do so. Okay. Yeah. I would love to hear from y'all. I really would. So we're going to get in our first topic. And this is going to be the one where, Manya, have you seen the kids jump on the lady in Chicago?
I think everybody saw that.
Everybody saw it.
Everybody saw that clip.
Damn! Back! Damn!
Wow.
Hey, bro, let my homie go. Let my motherfucking homie go. Let my motherfucking... Damn!
Oh.
They working us! They working us!
Now
Yeah.
that is the raw clip. Now, mind you, I have not seen the raw clip because a lot of people was blurting it out, and on the news, they blurted it out because it was just too violent. That is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. What is happening right now? Like I'm knowing like people are hurt behind this because these kids are getting out of control. Why are these kids so violent?
We got to do better, y'all.
We have to do better. And that's not even the first situation or the first case of violent kids. This violence amongst kids has been happening. It's just pure evil, but these kids are out of control.
We got to get back to parenting, y'all. We got to get back to disciplining our kids, and we got to really get back to the basics of parenting, to where the community got to raise kids as a community, and we have to be strict, and we have to watch everything that our kids is doing, and we have to get back to parenting.
Yes.
I'm talking about going back to the basics, no BS.
Old-fashioned parenting.
Stay on them.
Yes.
Take their phones away if you got to. Get them off of the video games if you have to. Get into everything they doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like some of the stuff that's happening right now, it was never around.
Yeah.
It was never acceptable.
Right. We would never do that.
Never.
As a kid, we was always afraid to even disrespect adults, let alone hit one and jump on one and stomp an adult.
Right.
That is sad. That was absolutely sad. But you know what? I blame the parents first, but I also blame mainstream media. Baddies, Zeus Network, Love and Hip Hop, all of these reality shows that these kids are watching and that they have for the kids to watch is promoting violence. That's all they're doing, is just promoting violence. All these kids are seeing on social media is violence. People are getting beat up. The music is violent. The TV shows are violent. And that plays a big role in it too. So that goes back to the parents being parents.
Right.
Step up and be more of a parent and keep this stuff out of your child's eyesight.
Yeah. And we got to get back to disciplining our kids. Discipline is I think it's an art form that is lost these days. We all get caught up into reading too many books. You know what I'm saying? Too many articles, too many programs, too many podcasts about, you don't got to treat your kids like this. You got to be mindful about parenting, but we got to get back to discipline our kids. I'm not talking about extreme discipline, but we have to get back to doing something, extreme consequences for extreme situations.
Yes.
What would you do if this was your kid? If this was my son,
what? Oh, if
this was my son and he did this, I'm trying to tell y'all.
And I understand that lady was sick, but this is the opportunity where you put your karate skills to use, okay? Because you already got a good chance of winning because they're kids. But I guarantee you, if she was not sick and she was a regular healthy woman, a regular healthy mother, those mothering instincts are going to kick in instantly. And me personally, I would have grabbed the biggest girl, the biggest 8th grader, 7th grader out there, and I would have beat the shit out of her. And I guarantee you, some of those other kids would have ran.
Right.
If they seen that lady was able to defend herself, they wouldn't have took advantage of that lady like that. If this was a regular sized woman who was healthy and who was ready and willing for whatever these kids had coming, they wouldn't have did that. And me personally, ain't nowhere in the world, ain't no, if it was, they did it because they seen the opportunity.
Right. They're opportunists, right? Because like you say, they had no respect. I don't know, because when I watched the video the first time, I thought she was a little kid. But when I realized that, she wasn't the kid, she was the mother. That's crazy. Now, me as a man, or if I was one, I know what it is, but I would have did this. You remember this action like this? I would have did this, and I would have got to... Everybody would have got some on the face or whatever, because everybody, you see this right here?
Yeah.
You see that action right there?
Yeah.
You know it's finna go down. Switch, everything, man.
Yeah, I'm putting hands on them.
Yeah, we need to get back to that.
I'm putting hands on them.
Because they deserve to have it, hands put on them.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
They was just out there cussing. And
right.
Not only that, the part what really hurted me was when her son grabbed her and her son was trying to protect her. Her son knew his mom was sick, and it just really hurts my heart, because it's like, as a mother, you're not able to defend your kids in this moment, and your kids, your son, your baby boy, have to defend you.
Right.
And that broke my heart.
Right.
It broke my heart.
No, you got to think about it in the future. If our kids are behaving like this at like 10, 9, 12, whatever age, can you imagine how they're going to be behaving? Like, those kids that were involved in that
Yeah.
10 years from now when they
Yeah.
become teenagers, when they become young adults, and they ain't had no involvement, as far as being disciplined. Community, everybody should have been on it. And I hope, because the video shows faces, what everybody was wearing. And I hope the parents are on those kids' ass right now. Like, you I saw you in the video putting your hands on that woman.
Yeah.
What was if that was my kid? I'm trying to tell
If that was my kid, first things first, I'm shaving your head and I'm sending you to school with a shaved head and shaved eyebrows. First things first.
For a reason.
Now I ain't gonna whoop you and post it on social media because you might have DCFS, all that talking about child abuse. But I'm definitely giving you the ugliest bald patchy haircut, girl or boy, and I'm sending you to school so everybody can make fun of you because you don't do nothing like that.
Right.
You don't do nothing like that.
No, that's unacceptable.
No, and then the thing is, these kids, they don't have enough fear. They don't got enough fear of their parents to even for them to even think that was okay. I hope that my kids would fear me enough not to do that.
Right. It's something that we got to talk about because and I feel like I said, society has had us as parents when we discipline our kids.
Yeah.
He made you damn near feel like you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, they promote gentle parenting.
Yeah.
Now, when I was a kid, I used to get beat. I used to get beat. We used to get beat. I'm sure we used to get beat.
Yeah.
But however, I don't beat my kids because they're not. I don't have to. They're not raised in the hood and in the ghetto like I was. They go to suburban schools and they live really, really nice compared to what I was. So their living and their behavior does not warrant them to get beat. But, with us, I mean, nothing we did to really deserve to get beat. However, we still was bad kids that needed a whooping, We still did things we shouldn't have been doing.
Oh, yeah, for real.
So, yeah.
It's not, I think it boils down to disciplining your kids, like extreme consequences for extreme behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talking about shaving their heads and doing something, whatever you got to do to push the message across and following through with that. Because I think a lot of people talk about, if you do this to your kid, it's going to have like drastic consequences when they grow up. But it's all about parenting, right? You do that and you follow through with other behavior. Because the thing about life is, every action has a reaction. There's consequences to whatever you do. So the next time you put your hands on somebody else, you ain't never know what's going to happen. This is how we become extremely violent, and we think it's okay to get away with violence, and as long as nobody do nothing about it. So
violence is never okay, but in situations like that, me as a mom, my mommy mode would have kicked in to protect my babies.
Right.
It would have just instantly kicked in. And I know violence is not always the key, but in this point, I have to protect my children. So violence is the only answer. And I don't care who kids these is, y'all finna get it. And y'all finna get it good. And y'all gonna go home to y'all mama crying, bloody, and knotted up. I do not care. That's unacceptable. You don't do nothing like that. The kids, they did not see nothing wrong with it. They did not hesitate. They thought it was all in fun. And some of the parents did come forward and say, hey, my child wants to apologize, and hey, I'm not. A lot of parents was speaking out against their children. However, it wasn't enough for me. I didn't bad. It feels like y'all they just want to get their little 20 seconds of fame and get clout off the situation. But those kids really need to be punished publicly.
Somebody in the comment section said, shout out to the comment section. He said, yeah, these kids haven't been introduced to real love.
No, they haven't. Not real love or real tough love.
Right.
Love or tough love, and I think tough love is real love.
Right.
So I think that those two tie in. You can't have one without the other, and you got to be able to teach these kids right from wrong and to respect adults. Me being an adult, I still respect my elders.
Right.
I still wouldn't want to disrespect, regardless of what you're doing. I still wouldn't want to disrespect someone older than me, and that's just how I was raised. So.
And then I'm gonna segue to this, ladies. I don't care who you is, right? You got to learn self-defense.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to know how to do something. That's why everybody got to stay dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And people be talking about, it's not, you should have some kind of way to defend yourself in the face of danger. And I'm not just trying to say, because I know the lady was sick, you know, and you can never control what other people do to you, but you can always control how you react now. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, you would have kung fu kicked everybody in there, you know, Jackie Chan, everybody.
Leroy, what little
put everybody in the chokehold. Police would have had to came in like, what caused you to do this?
Pure Leroy.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you should. That's why you should always stay on your P's and Q's. Be aware of your environment. I don't care if it's kids when you're walking out there, because we living in dangerous times. You know what I'm saying? You should always remain dangerous. You train, physically fit, be aware of your situation, because we living in this a military type of time right now. What is this? You know what I'm saying?
That's what it feel like.
Yeah, that's what it feel like. Everything is very militarized and it could go down anytime. So, you know, you should be aware of your environment. You walk into school, come from the store. And out of even worse when you're a woman, because, you know, certain people can perceive you as a weak link, but I bet you they'd be mistaken.
Yeah. So, but good news with that situation is that Lil Zay Osama reached out. He's going to fly her out and her children out to LA for a nice expensive dinner. He's going to take the kids Christmas shopping. From my understanding, they got her a new home. They moved her out the hood. The kids are going to a new school. So, you know, she's been blessed behind such an unfortunate situation. So shout out to everybody that helped her and that pitched in and, you know, to look out for her and look out for those kids. And many blessings to her, and let her know as a mom, she did the best she can. And we are proud of her for standing up for her children.
Right. Okay, right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yes. So we can get on in the next topic. Mayan, do you want to take us into the next topic?
Yeah, the next topic. People are mad at Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, they are. They are.
People are mad for Nicki. Hey, just play the clip.
We're going to
show y'all this.
Get off my girl.
Crazy.
I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief.
So,
what do you think about that?
First things first, people are mad at Nicki Minaj because she wanted to thank Trump. However, y'all not looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is her standing up for Christians and women being murdered in another country. So people are so stuck on this political thing that y'all are not even, you know, considering the good that she's actually trying to do. And I understand some people don't understand politics or whatnot, but I feel like she's very brave to even want to go to the White House and use her platform to stand up for Black and African people who are being wrongfully murdered. I love that. I love that she did that. But I did see that a lot of people were against it because they were basically saying that she's getting into bed with the devil because Trump is the devil.
Right.
And people are, you know, having this political debate about it. But shout out to Nicki for that. And I pray for the people in Africa, too. You know, if I had the platform, I would want to stand up for people who are being murdered just because of their religion. That's absolutely wrong. A lot of people are not supporting Nicki behind this because of Trump, but they're still forgetting the whole point of the situation. Regardless of the Trump thing and her being at the White House, she is standing up for Christians and Africans, Black people being murdered overseas in Africa. So they can say what they want, but shout out to Nicki. I stand with her.
Right. This what I'm going to say. I have an issue with us as a community looking up to entertainers for things that really matter. Nicki Minaj, she's an entertainer.
Yeah.
She's good at entertaining. So is everybody else who's an entertainer, actor, or whatever, who is not a real activist, who's not a real politician, who's not really into these other realms. And I think we have to keep entertainers an entertainer should remain in that bracket. Somebody who's in a political realm should remain in the. When we start mixing these people and thinking somebody should do this, somebody should be involved in this, and somebody should chime in on that. No, I want to listen to Nicki music. I want a Hot 16 from Nicki. That's all I'm looking to her for. When it comes to these other issues, she could chime in as far as what she has access to, but I'm not really going to take everything she say heavily, you know what I'm saying? Because she just an entertainer and she has the platform to say whatever she got to do. But us as a community, we have to rely on the people who actually have the know-how and who actually know what they're talking about as far as the weight of the issue. So somebody chimes, it's a good thing that she's putting some, you know, she's setting some light on the situation.
Yeah.
But for people to get bent all out of shape as she should only speak on this, she's an entertainer. She can speak on whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
Yes, I look for Nicki for music. Absolutely, I do. I love Nicki.
Right.
However, she is using her platform to bring awareness to a great cause. People being murdered. Ain't nobody else. The mainstream media not covering it. The blogs are not covering it. Nobody is talking about how all of these Christians and women in Africa are being killed because of their religion. Nobody is talking about that. So I give her a pat on the back outside of her entertainment situation because she's standing up for people who are not even in the country where she's from. You know,
Right.
These are people who's in Africa. She's from a whole nother side of the country, but she see that it's wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. She sees that it's wrong, and she chooses to use her platform to bring awareness to it. And I think that's all she means to do. I don't think she means no harm behind it. So people are just like, oh, well, yeah, she supports Trump. And I'm no longer a fan of Nicki because she supports Trump. So let her support Trump.
So is the rebuttal more about Trump, her supporting Trump?
Yeah,
than
I think
anything else?
everybody's issue is that the fact that she wanted to thank Donald Trump. But shit, hey, thank him. He our president, whether if you like it or not. I don't care if you like him or not. He's still your president. And at some point, if it is a kind of a privilege to go to the White House and be able to speak on the White House platform in front of the whole entire United States. So heck yeah, she did the right thing. Shout out to her. And forget everybody who disagrees and who's going against that.
Y'all got to stop looking at entertainers and actors and athletes for your moral status and compass and, you know, your way of thinking. We got to do our own research. They just
people too. They people too.
Right. And I like what you said. It's like the president is the president regardless of what. We don't got no choice. You have a choice, actually. You if you have your own train of thought or whatever, you know, you could do something about it. But if somebody has the microphone in their hand and they have a platform, whatever they speak on, it's whatever they speak on. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to follow that.
Yeah, people only want to support you when it's beneficial for them. Because a lot of people that is going against what she's saying, I guarantee you, if they got an invite to the White House to do anything, whether if it's a dinner or anything, I bet you they going, regardless of how much they don't like Trump. You know what I mean? This thing is bigger than Trump, and this is her bringing awareness to Christians being killed. Now, I don't know the whole backstory or how this is going to backfire. I'm not into the whole politics.
Yeah,
but all I'm
me
seeing
neither.
as a Christian woman, all I'm seeing is her standing up for other Christians who are being wrongfully murdered. And that's just the bottom line, point blank, period. Only because of that, she's doing something right, and I stand with her. And forget everybody else who don't like it. Period. Forget everybody else who don't like it. So
I ain't got nothing to say about
it. It is what it is. Shout out to Nicki, girl. We love you. I wish our caller Lena would call in and chime in on this, because Lena don't play about Nicki.
She don't play about Nicki.
Lena don't play about Nicki. So Lena, if you're watching, girl, call us and let us know what you think about them trying to get on our girl Nicki. But we gonna go ahead and
segue into something different.
Yes. Now let's get the debate going now. Now we're getting the debate going, okay?
Now that we have the serious stuff out the way, let's talk about some other.
Let's talk about some other ish, okay?
Right.
Now, Moyan, could you live in the house with both your wives or ex-wives or anything like that? And I ask you that because we got a clip we want to show y'all, and then we're gonna let Moyan answer the question after we show y'all the clip.
Right.
In my house, I live, my wife lives, our 4 children lives, and my ex-wife lives.
Not normal.
Yeah.
But it works for us
And it's
very well.
And it's awesome. I don't know. I mean, and if you had asked me that, 15 years ago or even 10 years ago, I'd have been like, nah. But it runs so smoothly. It's crazy.
It's very odd. Yeah, I bet
Right.
it is. So, Moyhan, is that something you can do?
I feel like I could do it, but
Yeah.
me personally as a man, I feel like I could do it. But would I want to be in that situation, dealing with all that come with it? Shout outs to Michael Bleach. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I start wearing a $120 soaking wet because of the stress. Shout outs to that brother for doing that. And I know how he put it together, but me personally, dealing with all of that and what come with it, it's too much for a brother like me. I'm sorry. Shout outs to him, though. I couldn't do it.
For sure. As a woman, just hearing their calmness, it shows that it works. And one thing that I know about being a woman and a mother is that it takes a village. And do you understand how much help you need with kids, especially if you got 5 or 6? And I can see that working out just lovely, considering he has kids with both of these women. And, raising a family can be a lot on one woman. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not in no, they're not in no kind of threesome marriage or no, three-way marriage, or they're not all together. This is just no polygamous.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right, y'all? 'Cause, I don't even know the word. That's how you know I don't play like
Polyamorous,
that. Polyamorous,
whatever they call it.
They're not in that kind of situation. So it works. This is just family. You know what I mean? This is your children's mom, your wife, which is your children's mom. And if they get along and everything is peaceful and, they've come to an agreement where, hey, these are our kids and I know it's hard on you and it's hard on me for us to be separated. So why don't we come together? If that works out for them, then God bless them, because they seem like they had peace and they seem like this is what works for us and it works well, and I know how hard it could be with, with a 1-parent household, let alone, 2. I'm sure 2-parent household can be hectic too when you got a lot of kids. So I feel like if that works for them, and then so be it. That is his family. His ex-wife is still his family. They're family. So, there's no problem with, that's just like, I guess, living with your mother-in-law or living with your father-in-law or something like that. It's just another party coming in to help you with y'all's children. I don't think he's still in love with her or anything. It don't seem like it's no issues there. They're just family. It looks innocent to me.
Right. So I feel like for that situation to work, everybody got to be real mature and everybody got to have the right mindset, because you know how it is. Certain people will never jail. Certain people be like oil and water. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. Even to how we working here, we got, you know how we work. We got a producer and we got other people involved.
We work
if
well.
there was one person that was like out of sync with everything, that will make everything, the working environment, the working situation, everything that going so difficult to work for the situation. So I feel like everybody has to be in the right mindset for that to work. Both these women that he dealing with have a very mature mindset. That's why it's working, because that stuff is good. I don't know, man. It takes a real man. It takes not even a real man. It takes real people.
It takes real love.
Real people and real
love. That is
different forms and different kinds of love.
Yeah, to me that looks like a family dynamic.
Right.
It is hard. It's hard for women to take care of these kids, and it's hard to survive on a 2-income household, let alone a 1. But I know a 3-income household, I know that is helping, and it's probably working well for their children. You know what I mean? That's what they're probably doing that for their children, so that it don't have to be separated. But I'm sure if his ex-wife becomes married to somebody else or gets in another relationship, I'm sure she wouldn't have a problem with moving out. But right now, she's just there to assist, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with her being there to assist her kids' siblings, and her ex and her family.
And I love what you said just now, because I wasn't even thinking about that dynamic, right? And somebody, because at the end of the day, there's one dude and his 2 females, right? He was one of them, but what if the ex gets in a relationship with another dude, and the dude is like, yo, I ain't feeling this situation. You know what I mean? Is she gonna be like, nah, I've been living here with all of them, so you gotta move in, or whatever? That's a different, I don't know how that's gonna turn out, because that introduces another dynamic. So it's complicated, but I feel like as human beings, when you get mature, look, the only thing that's guaranteed in life is change.
Yes.
That is the only thing that's guaranteed in life, change.
Yeah.
And if you're not down with the change, any form of change, or the way you think, if you don't adapt,
then
you're gonna sink.
You're gonna get left behind.
You're gonna get left behind.
And the thing about that is, regardless of the situation, as long as he's not, leading them on or even intimately involved with both of them, then I think it could work well. You should love the mother of your children, whether or not, if you with her or not. If she has your children, she is your family. You know what I mean? She's your family. So a lot of people that have a lot of baby daddy, baby mama drama, that's because, they're still messing around, or they're still in love, or, one part, they're not on one accord.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Emotionally and mentally, they're not on one accord. And that's unfortunate. But when you are all on one accord, this is my family. And I'm gonna support my family, because at the end of the day, this is my children's other parents. So I'm standing behind mine.
And at the end of the day, like I always say, the name of the game, and when I say game, I'm talking about the game of life, whatever you want to get into. The brother having a solid situation, because from what I don't know him personally, but he seemed like an honest dude, because the game is based on honesty, right?
Yeah,
if you're going to be in that situation, you got to be all the way 100% honest. You can't be having them in the household and you dibbling and dabbling. That's why a lot of y'all got situations with your baby mamas.
Exactly.
You be saying, no, I ain't with you in there. You on the slide. You acting like you trying to see the kids, but really you trying to get in the bed. You trying to see the kids at 11 p.m.
Come on.
Talking about, oh, I'm coming through, or can I stay tonight? I know they sleep, and now, all of a sudden you trying to crawl in the bed with her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That will keep the situation complicated,
Lustful.
dude. Come on. The name of the game is honesty. Put some capital H on the game.
And
honesty.
be a man.
That's what I'm talking about, and everything gonna be good.
Be a man and keep your family together like you're supposed to. So many blessings to them. I hope that I hope it works out fine. I hope they prosper. I hope God blesses them, their family, and give them the help and whatever it is that they need to be able to keep their family together. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. When it comes to those kids, any means necessary, okay?
Right.
Any means necessary. So I guess that with that topic, that takes us into our next topic. Okay. And we're going to let Manyan get started.
Here's the next topic, y'all. How far will you go for your baby mama? Because this dude right here says something that's crazy. Look at it. What it says, can y'all see that? It says, man says that he will not step in if his baby mother is being physically abused by her new boyfriend, because it's not his responsibility. She's no longer under his protection. What y'all think about that? Is he right or is he wrong?
Come on, debate. Come on, y'all. Let's debate about that one.
The number is 469-796-6719. What y'all think?
What y'all think? Call in. Put it in the chat. Let us know what y'all think. And I'm going to tell y'all what y'all think. You know what? I really wish we could have found the video for this, because I would like to hear him say that. I wish we would have, because what do you mean? You won't step in. Now, me, I can't really speak for everybody else, but just having that thought process, it's cowardly.
Right.
And I understand, please don't get it misconstrued.
Right.
I understand that she moved on, she got a new man, that you belong to him now, and whatever he do is y'all business. However, that's your baby mama should be your family member. You know what I mean? And I just couldn't imagine you watching, you sitting back and being okay with your kids watching their mom get beat up or abused. That's cowardly. You know what I mean? Nobody should want to do that. You know what I mean? Not only should you look at your baby mama as, your kid's mother, your kid's parents, but you should be looking at her as a sister, as somebody's daughter, as somebody's auntie. She's still a woman. You know what I mean? I understand, man, your own business, but definitely I would step in if my baby mama is getting beat up. Now, I'm going to have to have a conversation with dude. Like, look, you ain't finna be doing this. My kids live there. This is my kid's mom. This is just unacceptable. You know what I mean? And I say that because my child's father ain't going behind me.
Right.
ain't going behind me. And I got brothers and I got a daddy, but they know that, you're going to stand 10 toes behind your family. People are not understanding that it's still a family dynamic. You still family.
Well, let me put a spanner in the works.
Mm-hmm.
What if now she keep going back to the to the new boyfriend
he keep
beating
him.
You know what I'm saying? And now, yeah, and you know what I'm saying? He keep doing the same thing.
He keep doing it.
So what you gonna do? Because now the guy's putting his life in danger now for that.
But
what do you feel about that?
Right, but that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you step up as a man and let him know, like, look, we not finna, that you're not about to do that. And he continue to do it and she keep going back to him, then you've done all you can do. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Go kill him? What, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Because at the end of that, he more than likely would get in trouble. He more than likely would get locked up, or, something got to give. Y'all got to get him put away. But if she's resistant and taking help, then there's nothing you can do. If she does not want your help and she wants to go back and keep getting beat up, then there's nothing you can do but take your kids. There's nothing you can do but take your kids and give them somewhere, a safe environment, because that's not a safe environment for them. So no, but I do think that's cowardly to say for any man. I think any man saying that they're not going to protect the mother of their children, regardless if you're not with her or not, that's cowardly.
I feel like, if I'm hanging out with my homeboys and they get into some BS, I'm finna jump in, right? I'm finna get involved.
With no problem.
Right, with no problem. My brother get into something, you know what I'm saying? I'm around. I'm like, yo, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel the same way with the mother of my kids, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, because that's family. We related.
Yeah.
Because if something happened to her, now my kids, I have to take that on me, and I can't play a mother's role,
right?
So I have to be involved. But I think the nuance to that is there's a limit. Like what you're saying is, like, if she keep going back to that dude,
mm-hmm.
There's a point to where I can't really do nothing about it. But
right.
But I'm not just gonna sit back and be like, oh, that's your new man.
Exactly.
I'm gonna let it be known, like, listen, it ain't finna just keep going down like this, and I'm gonna have a conversation with her, like, listen, this is not good for you.
Yeah.
Get another dude. But if you keep doing that, there's consequences to it, because you're like, you know what I'm saying? But right. I'm not just gonna sit back.
Right.
And be
so,
like,
Manyan, will you help a random stranger lady on the street getting beat up by her man? Will you help her? Will you step in to assist or call the cops or try to defuse the situation? Will you get involved in a random woman getting beat up in the streets?
Listen, I used to do security. And I saw a dude. Me and my dudes, we saw a dude. He was like, beating the brakes off of his lady in the car. And we say, hey man, you ain't got to do all that. She was like a small lady. This dude kept doing that. You know what we did?
What y'all do?
Hey, I ain't go. Hey man, the statute of limitations. Hey, look, let me just say,
us what you did.
we did something to this dude and threw his ass in a dumpster. Because you're not finna do it. We got to protect our women. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's
what
good.
What are we doing right here, man?
Good. That's
we have
good.
to. The way I was raised, man, you don't put your hands on a woman. You don't do nothing. If you see a woman being attacked, you know what I'm saying? You got to step in. Hey, dude, what's up? Now, we don't do them kind of things. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's an art that's being lost.
Yeah.
Some things, man, what are we talking about?
It's called community.
We can't do that, because at the end of the day, women gonna be women and men gonna be men. We can't be like, if women are doing this, we're not gonna do this. Look, you gotta stay on your A1s. You gotta be a man.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, I like being on man time regardless.
Okay, clock that and protect.
Man time is very important. Regardless.
Protect our women.
Hey, man, you gotta be on man time.
Black women are the most underprotected, underloved race and species in the world. Protect your black women, please, at all costs, if you can. Step in and say something, because you could be saving somebody's life. And plus, I'm sure you would want somebody to do it if it was your mama, if it was your sister, if it was your daughter. I'm sure you would want somebody to do it if you couldn't do it. You know what I mean?
Let me say that this is the craziest thing. It's like it wasn't in the topic, but it's something that's just pop up in my head. I'll be reading a lot, and I'll be watching a lot of videos about the situation in our community. This lady, what's her name? I think she's called Shahrzad Ali. Shahrzad Ali. She said, She say something about, it's so crazy, because I think the battle that goes on between women and men, the power dynamics, I like to call it, is because when you look at our women, right? I love protecting our black women, but it's so funny that our women be online talking greasy about us.
They
though.
do though.
You don't ever see you don't ever see Asian women online talking greasy about their Asian men. You don't ever see white women talking crazy about their men.
But some men be deserving it. Some men deserve it.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't got to do all that because we love y'all. We love each other. We should keep this stuff internal sometimes. We overdo it sometimes. Every time you go on Instagram, listen, you watching this video right now, go on TikTok right now and see what women are saying about us. Oh, we don't do this. Oh, we don't care. We don't pay enough. We should be this. We should be that.
I get that.
Y'all honestly think other races ain't going through it with a man?
Yeah, but they just ain't broadcasting it.
But they ain't broadcasting publicly. And we can vocalize it. But y'all be doing it too much. Though.
We do it too much. That's because the Black woman has been known to just have to be strong and have to take it and have to accept a man at his lowest and at his worst and have to build a man. That's because what a lot of Black men don't understand, but have been around their entire lives is that Black women have to take on so much and they have to uphold so much because of the man is okay with the leaving and creating broken homes and not wanting to provide and wanting they're it's like the Black men are wanting more from a woman. The Black man wants to know what you bring to the table for them, instead of, trying to create a home and have a woman in their life to help elevate them or bring them to the next level or anything like that. So, some of these men, and I'm sure y'all can agree, some of these Black men, I hate to say it, are warranted for the backlash they get online from the Black women. Not all women are good, not all men are bad. It's just to each his own. However, it is very, very popular and very likely that a Black woman is going through some horrible stuff with the Black man. Horrible.
This is where I say we got to read up on our history as Black people. Mm-hmm. This is the issue with us, and it did not start in 2025. This has been an agenda.
It has been
an agenda since keeping the male outside of the household is the easiest way to make our young men without a father in the household. Mm-hmm. That's what changes the dynamic in the DNA of the woman as far as how you deal with a man. And the kids that are going to be born out the situation keeps us in a perpetual situation to where we are right now. And it's just being publicized on social media, but it's an active agenda to where things are going down how they is right now. Mm-hmm. So we have to realize, so our women have to cut us some slack sometimes and realize it's an agenda. And sometimes we play to it because this is what they want. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that we want to do. It's not something that a Black man needs or wants to do to be away from the woman and, from the entity of a family. We want that, but the situation is so hard for us to, to do what we got to do. And I'm not saying anybody, I see you. Listen, she rolling the eyes. She talking about this dude standing up. I'm trying to,
man, you don't know what we go through. You just don't know what we go through. And I understand you're a man and you could possibly be a good man who don't deserve that type of stuff. But you got to understand that a lot of these men, they put us through hell, hot water, and beneath. Okay, they do a lot of things. They intentionally create broken homes. They intentionally not want to take care of their kids, and I can go on and on. But I'm not the woman who wants to male bash Black men at all.
Right.
Despite my troubles and despite what I've been through, I've grown out of that, and I don't want to be the one to bash, but that's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother subject.
We can go all day about that. But ladies, if y'all can, Munyon says stop,
I ain't saying stop.
Stop badgering the Black
I'm
man.
not saying stop.
Stop badgering the Black man.
I'm just saying let's keep it at a minimal because it's not like all the other races and all the other cultures don't have problems with their men because you're going to come across broken families across all cultures, but we tend to kind of go overboard with it. I'm not saying don't talk about it at all and ignore the situation that we are going through. I'm not saying don't address us if we are, doing something wrong. I'm just saying let's keep it at a minimal because when the last time you saw an Asian lady bashing,
Yeah, that's just,
You know what I'm saying? You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? That's just what I'm trying to say. But, I'm not trying to say we good and y'all shouldn't talk about it, but I'm just saying sometimes it could be too
Ladies,
much.
get it off your chest. That's what I'm gonna tell you, ladies. If you want to get it off your chest, get it off your chest, man. We get what you're saying. We get your intent. You got good intentions, but baby, it's the
I always
wrong.
got good intentions.
It's the right message from the wrong messenger. Okay.
Hey.
Right message for the wrong messenger. Okay. So what we are going to do now. Okay. And speaking of the women online,
Mm-hmm.
listen to this clip. Check this clip out, ladies.
Easy for that man that I want. So if you're not the man that I want and you all in my face and I'm just giving you a hard time and you think, oh, she just playing hard to get. No, I'm not. I just don't like you because I'm very easy. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. If I like you, I want you, and I'm going to let you have me easily. I just don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Glad you agree.
Me personally, okay, I'm gonna be easy for who I don't want, and I'm gonna be hard for who I do want. You know what I mean? To me, it's a back and forth thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put a little fire under your ass even if I do like you. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, as a woman, I want to be pursued. I want to feel like I'm valued. I want somebody to show interest in me. You know, I'm a woman, and I'm supposed to sit back and be treated like a princess or be treated like a lady. And I'm doing the same for a man. You know what I mean? I'm going to reciprocate that energy. I'm to the point in my life right now where I can only give you what you giving me. Okay? So if you giving me no attention, then you get no attention. I'm not going to even deal with nobody I'm not interested in, because guess what? It's 2025. What you always say? It's 2025. It's spooky out here.
It's spooky out here. It is spooky.
It's spooky out here, y'all.
But the crazy thing is, guys, y'all can attest to this. It's like a woman you could be good to her, you could be doing all the right things, and she not gonna give you no play.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gonna give play to a dude that's just dogging her out.
Mm-hmm.
And you be doing all wrong, you know what I'm saying? And that's where they come from sometimes for us guys. When you get a female talking like that, it is true sometimes to where it's like, oh, like I always say, like I said before, a woman who really like you, she gonna break her rules now.
Mm-hmm.
A woman who don't really like you gonna talk about, oh, you gotta take me out first. We gotta do this, that, and the third, for you to crack. Like I said about the Chris Breezy thing. She go, oh, whatever.
Which ain't true.
If Chris Brown, she go to a Chris Brown concert, she go backstage, she meet Chris Brown. Chris Brown is like, listen, I'm about to hop on a tour bus and going back to Virginia right now. Mm-hmm. So I want to take you with me.
If
she
I
ready
like a man,
to put her husband, nigga, don't even, hey, look, not even no relationship. She finna cook up a story, tell her husband, listen, this what happened. I'm finna do this so she can get her ass on the bus with Chris Brown.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So don't believe the hype.
If
These ladies will say something and mean something else. I'm trying to tell you, dog.
Listen,
I'm trying to tell
y'all.
I
think we living in 2025. You know what I mean? I think that there are a lot of women out here who don't require dates, or from certain men. Some women just want to have a good time and be a playmate. And that's it. They don't require the dates. They don't require the money. They don't require that. Some women just don't. Some women just want to get what they can get. They want to get what you getting. They want to keep it on equal. Some women don't even like men enough to even see themselves with this man, but would still sleep with him or still be with him or still, interact with him and, don't even want to be with him. So you can't really put these women, like saying all women do that. She ain't going to give it to him if she ain't interested, or he wasting his time. No, because a woman could not be interested in this man and he keep pursuing her, and then somehow she would become interested. There's been plenty of guys who stayed in the friend zone for a very long time, but found their way out the friend zone and ended up cracking that woman that was so hard and didn't want him in the beginning. So it just goes, it's to each his own. You just never know. Me personally, if I want to have fun, I'm gonna have fun. If I want to be with you, then there are different rules. There are different expectations from a man that I want to be with versus a man who I'm just,
Hey, let me tell you something. If you a dude who stay in the friend zone to a female that don't want you, and you stay in the friend zone just hoping to crack 2-3 years, and then you finally get to crack, and you think that what time it is, dude? Nah,
Nah,
that ain't what we doing, dog.
but sometimes
something wrong with your ass.
But-
You in the friend zone. So listen. This is where leadership go wrong, dudes. You cannot do that. Don't be listening to what women tell you now. That's where y'all get it wrong. You can't be in a friend zone with a female for 3 years just hoping, and she
one day she will though. One day she will.
And you want that woman? So one day she will.
One day she might.
And you want that woman?
She might though. You just never know, man. You can't say that.
Oh, hell no.
You can't say that. I've had people in the friend zone for a very long time that became my man. Okay, actually,
what happened to him now?
It didn't work out.
For a reason.
It didn't work out. But he was
reason.
started in the friend zone. It's been plenty of dudes that you don't like. How many times, ladies? How many times have y'all gave the ugly boy the chance? Y'all gave the broke boy the chance that's been stalking you and in your DMs for all of these many months, and you ignored them for years. How many times have you gave him a chance and he ain't do nothing but the same thing that the fan dude and the man with the money did? They gonna do the same thing regardless if you like it or not.
Let me tell you exactly why that shit ain't work out. When dude was on the sideline looking at everything, the dude wanted to crack from the go. He was just waiting his turn. So when he finally cracked, that stuff was in his subconscious, because I know how men think. Oh yeah, so you kept me waiting. This dude came along, because guess what's happening during that whole time? He waiting on the sideline. Mm-hmm. You going to him. Oh, you're the one that understand me. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. And you having a conversation with a dude, and now it's his turn. And he got all these conversations that you were offloading to him.
Yeah.
And he can't deal with it. His emotions is all, you know what I'm saying, all noodled up. Now he ain't even know how to deal with you when you come with a real situation, because it's not a clean canvas. It never worked, fellas.
See, y'all got money. Money get sensitive about this topic because he don't like when the women play with you. Money get real sensitive every time when it comes down to women playing with men. So I don't know who. Then I don't know. Hey, y'all show my man Money some love in the comments. Speaking of the comments, we got a comment that says, "I believe that if a man that I like stimulates my mind, my body will follow." Girl, I
ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
I strive to allow things to happen organically. Why force anything, girl? Yes. If you can get me here,
mm-hmm.
then you can get me here,
and eventually
here,
everywhere.
Here. You know what I mean? So you gotta. A lot of dudes want to skip the step A. They want to go straight here, but you got some of them that's gonna get up in here first, because a man knows once you get this, everything else is just it falls in your lap.
Shout outs to the comment section. That works if both people are doing work. As a man, you got to concentrate on you being a wholesome man, somebody who provides, somebody who's confident, somebody who know where he want to go in life. And hopefully when you arrive to your destination at the end of the day, nobody really ever arrives, because we all striving for better. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you're going to meet somebody, a female who has her thoughts together, trying to be a female, you know what I'm saying? And she a boss at her own level, and she willing to, to deal with a real dude. And it's always going to work. The thing is, we always meet people that are at different levels of maturity, and the stuff is always like, it's gears that are not in sequence. It's like trying to drive a old Honda Accord, and the gears, it keep clapping and smoking and all of that. You can't even drive right.
Child, let me tell you, the comment section, the ladies are tuning in, y'all.
Right.
If y'all, listen, y'all, ladies, call in, okay? We got time for a call.
469-796-6719.
6719. Y'all call in and get it off y'all chest. Let us know what y'all think. Definitely, we are waiting on calls. We can chop it up. We can talk to y'all about it. And definitely let us know what's on y'all chest if y'all want to chime in on what Money talking about, because he talking that jibber jabbers. We don't know what he talking about. We got a comment that says, black men honestly don't be coming through the same no more. No, they don't. What you got to say about that? What you got to say about that? No, they don't. They don't come through. And that attention, they not coming through with no dates. They not trying to, like that. That's my girls now. My girls. Get it off your chest podcast.
Hotline, who we got on the phone?
Pri.
Hey, Pri. How's it going, girl?
What's going on, Pri?
You.
What you got on your chest you want to get off today?
Well, I wrote that comment.
Which one, girl?
About the stimulating my mind and my body will follow.
I like that. That's
right.
That right there is that's the hey.
I agree with that. Like I said, 100%. I'm like, I agree with that. Speak on it.
Speak on it, please.
I mean, you can't be with anybody and expect just to go to sex all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not gonna work. I mean, what do you have to bring to the table besides vagina and penis?
Mm.
Like that's not it. Like not if we trying to do something, go somewhere. We not making nothing shake but sex.
Yeah, but what if you're not trying to go nowhere?
Yeah, and that gotta be established up front.
Yeah.
Let me know so I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But for somebody trying to do something and make something shake, I mean, that mind piece and having those stimulating conversations and the person is your mind's just clicking. You know, you talking the same language and not even sometimes speaking the same words.
Yeah.
Like that's top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier.
I agree. I agree, darling. I agree. You know, a lot of men, they go about things the wrong way. And yes, I understand they don't want to wait in the friend zone for too long. But if you know you a
I get
cold
it.
ass nigga and you can vibe with a woman mentally and stimulate her mentally, then jackpot. That's all you need right there. That's all you need.
It is.
That
It is.
is.
Because don't
Absolutely.
nobody want, no man or no woman want somebody. What you doing all day?
What you doing? What you doing? Nothing
What
else
you
to say.
doing all day? And then want to call you, want to have sex or whatever have you, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
As example, who wants that?
Yeah.
I mean, if
exactly.
you wanted to each their own, but if you really want something in somebody, like if love is the focus, you got to pay attention.
Mm-hmm. And I think a
Like
lot of
that
people.
just, yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. But that's what just has to be. If you want something in somebody, it
Yeah.
got to be like that.
I think a lot of people are more so physically focused. A lot of people ain't even really focused on the love aspect these days. You know, especially men. You know, women, we're more emotional, so yes. But I think these men are so lustful that it's consuming everything. They're not even taking the time to even figure out how to get in this woman's pants. They just instantly want to go straight in with the kill, and they're consumed with lust. Love is not even an option for them. They just want the cooch and they want it from you, her, and they want to keep moving on. So, you know, you just gotta be careful. Do what works for you, you know, because some women are okay with just having a sexual interaction with a man. Some women are,
Exactly.
that's all you want from that man. He got nothing else to offer. He can't, you know, you don't want to be with him. He's not a good partner. And sex is the only thing that, you know, that you feel like he can provide you at that moment. So, hey, big ups to those women.
Yeah, and I agree. But at the end of the day, I mean, like you said, to each your own, but you got to be striving for something bigger than just somebody come over here and banging your brains out. You know what I'm saying? Or even, if, the thing is, if they doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants like the extra drama. Like, nobody,
Yeah.
I know I don't want the extra drama, but
Right.
like you said, to
No
each their
drama.
own. But no, hell no. Because I don't got drama in my life. I don't want nobody to bring it to my house or I bring it to theirs. That's just not an option.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
like you said, it's just if you want better, you got to do better, and you got to know what you want up front. But of course, the lines of communication have to be clear and have to be open.
Yes, ma'am. I got a question. Why do you think men are like that nowadays?
I would say it is being human and thinking about the flesh. I mean, because the thing is, if they've had, I feel as if it doesn't matter male or female. If you had somebody that dogged you out, I mean, your heart is not going to be in the right place. You're just going to try to get it where you can get it from.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying if you have somebody that's really genuine and shows up for you in more ways than one, than physically, you know, that can pray for you, cover you, provide, support, all that kind of thing. Some people have never had that.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably get scared and they don't know even how to handle it.
Yes,
But it'll
ma'am.
be a time where they have to, like you said before, maturity is key.
Yes, I agree.
You have to be mature in that aspect to say, okay, this woman or man is good for me and this woman or man ain't good for me.
Yes.
You gotta have discernment to, you know, to understand those things.
Mm-hmm.
Because the vibe, well, I ain't gonna say the vibe, because that's childish, the vibe, but the connection won't lie.
Yeah, I agree.
It won't lie.
I
It won't
agree.
lie.
I agree. And you touched it right on the head, girl. That was a comment. That was a word. You know, there was a word. Get my mind and the body and everything else gonna come.
Yeah,
You know, get my mind, you might be able to get some money. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you gotta focus on the right thing, fellas. Focus on the right thing.
Right. And,
Hey, thank
and
you,
for
Will.
real,
Thank
it
you
ain't even
so
about
much
the
for
money
calling.
either.
Thank you
You're
so much
welcome.
for calling in. Are you subscribed to our YouTube, Bree?
I am.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Well,
what's
we
up.
appreciate you
Well,
for
we
tuning in.
appreciate you. Thank you
We
for the
definitely
call.
appreciate your call. And then we'll see you next week.
Next week.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay,
All
good
right,
night.
there it is. Thank you for the
Bye.
call.
Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
that was a valuable call
That was a
and
valuable
with information.
comment.
And I just wanted to chime in to really when you ask the lady like where is this coming from?
Mhm.
I always want to, because I do a lot of reading, y'all, and I encourage anybody that's watching this to do a lot of reading on a current situation because history always repeats itself.
Mhm.
It's an agenda,
Yeah.
right? I'll give you an example. Back in the day, when situations was real different and everything was kind of flowing in a different way, not to get caught up in, in everything that was going on. When you look at the music videos these days, right?
Mhm.
Females will say they want a man that do this or whatever, but art imitate life. Every time, was that a bug? It's gagging crazy. Anyway, I'm trying to say,
All
listen,
right, Mayan, come on, get it wrapped up, Mayan. We going over time.
look, here's the thing. It's like, listen, the agenda is always there. You have this big corporation. That fly came my way.
All right, Mayan.
We have this big corporations, right? And every time you watch a music video, it's always a half-naked female in there shaking her booty, doing the most. If you do not do that and you have a conscious message, you're making a music video or film, if you don't have a sex scene, it's not gonna hit.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's what.
So the agenda, right? So I'm always conscious about as long as we talk about the social issues, it's multifaceted. There's always different issues that push the agenda forward to where you got to look into why am I compelled to do a certain thing, to dress a certain way? Like when you become a music artist, when you're a female, you go to a record label, somebody trying to promote you to like dress this way. We trying to do. Why is that agenda being something that is off the norm? You know what I'm saying? It's always something behind that.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the conversations, but it's bigger than us sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
We want these men to get it together, and the men want the females to get it together. I hope we all can get along and we can all figure it out. And come to a common ground. You know what I mean? Because I love my black brothers, and I'm sure y'all.
And I love my black sisters. You know what I'm saying? But we finna go to the strip club after this and throw them ones.
See, I don't want no man at the strip club. I don't want no man at the strip club. Okay.
We finna throw them ones, man. Hey, that's just how it is. It's a balance. Hey, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't want no man at the strip club. Who? Yeah.
What's the comment section saying?
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all.
What's the conversation? She caught up in the comment section. Hey, man. Hey, but because the thing is, I'm about to catch the Holy Ghost.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay.
Hey.
Okay, Mayan. So the thing is, now they had that clip of Chris Brown. You remember? Right there on the screen.
Shit,
Chris Brown, they had the clip of Chris Brown.
Because do you remember that clip of Chris Brown? Do you remember saying that men wear sassy nails and is it acceptable and all of that?
No.
I saw. Do you said there was a clip of Breezy with them nails?
I seen that, and I love me some Chris Brown.
Throw that on the video so people can see.
Oh no! Look at him. Oh no!
Look at the clip. What you said. Shit, perfection.
It's Chris Brown.
I'm just saying.
Chris Brown, what you want me to do?
See?
Okay. All right, y'all got me.
You said you would crack that. Would you crack that still?
No. And I love Chris Brown. Considering due to new discoveries and new findings, okay, I am unavailable to Chris Brown, okay, and I'm not feeling the banana cream polish on his nails and how he's just sitting there. Them look like my auntie fingers. I kid you not. Them look like my auntie fingers. I wish I had a picture to show y'all, but it's just he ain't got to do that. And do I think Chris Brown gay? I don't. A part of me don't, but that ain't my thing. I don't want the nail polish. If it was Chris Brown and if it was clear, you already pushing it.
Right.
You already pushing with the clear. But
Right.
you went and got bubble gum, light pink on your nails is diabolical, okay? And no, Chris Brown can no longer crack. How y'all feel, ladies? Y'all still let it
How y'all feel, ladies?
Because he was holding their hands like this. He
Put the
wanted y'all to
comment-
see.
Look, when you look, there's certain positions as a man you could never be caught up in. You see this?
Look right there.
Look how
Right
it
there.
look wrong.
Show him,
You see
Moyan.
I'm standing. So y'all see me on the screen like I'm chilling. This what a man do. The minute you start doing
Like
all
this.
this and you don't got no keyboard, you're not typing no goddamn on the key. This is you should never be caught doing this.
Never.
You
ever.
you see. Look, let me tell you something.
Bring back masculinity, okay? And we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Let me tell y'all something, fellas. Even when y'all doing it in the bedroom, let me tell y'all something. Even when y'all getting freaky with your lady and all of that, and you eating, you got to do that stuff in the sniper position. Booty down on the sniper position. Certain things, don't put your feet, don't do nothing crazy. Certain things, it don't matter who watching or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's stay on man time, fellas. Man
we
time.
We want to
We
stay
trying
on
to
man
get
time.
back to that. Certain things, nails like that, doing all kinds of things.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with you, y'all. I agree with my big bro Moyan.
They trying to get me up
that's
out of
it.
here.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because it seems like my brother is over here feeling good. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We got the book Shadow Outlines. That's Moyan.
On
We got his
Amazon,
outfit.
get it on Amazon.
Check out his
Clothing
gear.
line. It's
The
all
clothing
good.
line.
Y'all know where to get
and
it
Moyan,
at.
stand up so they can see what you got. What you got going on there. Show them. Look, Moyan looking good today. Yeah, they can't really see. Moyan looking good today. And then the hat looks good. The hat looks real good. And of course, I got my candles, y'all. My masculine man and my mahogany teak wood. My king scented candles, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go and shop and subscribe. And I think that's a wrap. That's wrap. Peace out. Peace.
So we'll catch y'all on the next one. But what I was saying is,
Okay.